throughout the year, we've seen some truly terrifying moments caught on camera. Well, today we're taking a look back at some of the scariest ghost videos of 2025. Number 1. A Reddit user named Marco recently moved into a small wooden house in a remote village in northern Italy. After living in a city for most of his life, he was looking forward to the peace and quiet. The first few weeks living in his new home were exactly what he imagined. But this soon changed when he began to hear strange noises coming from the attic at night. According to Marco, he would hear the unnerving sound of creaking floorboards, thumping, and occasionally the sound of something being dragged across the floor. He started recording on his phone whenever this activity would begin, and after some time, he managed to catch this. He scanned the ceiling as the sound of something moving was directly above him. While listening to these noises, he eventually built up the courage to take a look inside the attic. No one could be seen in the small dark space, and as he stood with his phone in hand, the sound of hangers moving came from behind him. He whipped his head around, and when he did, the chair in front of him got knocked to the side. This sudden movement was enough to send him frantically climbing back down the ladder. And according to Marco, ever since this incident, he's been staying with a friend, as he's just too frightened to step foot back inside of that house. Number 2. Reddit user Admirable Wealth 253 posted a video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit of footage captured in a daycare located in New York. According to this Reddit user, several kids would complain of seeing a mean man inside the playroom. These chilling words haunted the staff, as they had no idea who the kids were talking about. And on multiple occasions when one of the cleaners would go to the basement, she would stumble across toys now eerily rearranged in a circle. This unsettling sight would often scare her to tears as she ran upstairs. Well, one day, with new security cameras rolling inside, a terrifying sequence of events was captured. In the pitch-black playroom, a toy seesaw mysteriously rocked back and forth. And as this movement suddenly stopped, a ball began rolling across the floor. Then, almost as if the entity causing this activity was moving around the room, the basket on the table got pushed to the floor. The employees were left in shock when they reviewed this footage, and they began to wonder if this activity was caused by the mean man the kids were complaining about. Number 3. 7 years ago, Kathy from the Paranormal Nightmares YouTube channel moved into a new home with her husband and daughter. Almost immediately, they all noticed something was off. A heavy, unexplainable presence seemed to linger in the house. It wasn't long before the unease turned into undeniable activity. Objects would move without reason, as if touched by unseen hands. Determined to make sense of what was happening, Kathy installed cameras throughout her home, capturing moments that defied explanation. Over the years, the footage has revealed unsettling events that still leave her questioning who or what is lurking in her home. For a while, the strange activity seemed to stop entirely. But one night, after spending the day out with her husband, Kathy returned home to find objects in her bedroom moved without explanation. And when she checked her camera, what she discovered left her unnerved. The closet door mysteriously began shaking as if something inside was trying to escape. This chilling movement went on for some time before the door slowly began to slide open. The door eerily moved to the right, revealing a closet that's full of clothes. Despite trying, Kathy wasn't able to find an explanation for this, and in the following days, one of her cameras would catch something that would chill her to her core. The camera in her basement caught a sudden impression appear on her couch. No one was around, but it looks as if someone sat down. Moments later, the cushion began to rise back into place, as if an unseen person stood up. Then a lamp to the left began to move before getting knocked to the floor. This terrifying footage has left Kathy on edge, but little did she know what this camera would catch next. As this camera was rolling, a bizarre mist began to appear out of nowhere. These transparent clouds of smoke seemed to manifest out of thin air and disappeared just as quickly as they came. This strange phenomenon is just another thing to be added to the list of creepy shit that happens in Kathy's house. Number 4. This video was sent to me by a viewer named Amanda Knight, who reached out to me with a chilling story. In her email, Amanda explained that she lives in a 105-year-old house that she knows for a fact is haunted. Over the years, she's heard disembodied voices, watched objects move on their own, and even felt the unsettling touch of something she couldn't see. Knowing the activity was real, she decided to set up multiple cameras around her home, and it didn't take long before one of them caught something strange. Around 6 a.m. while Amanda was still asleep, her camera picked up an unsettling voice. The words are difficult to make out, but what's clear is that it sounds like a woman calling out from somewhere inside the house. And the activity didn't stop there. One night, as Amanda stood on the porch with her boyfriend, one of the outdoor cameras captured something truly terrifying. As Amanda's boyfriend sat on the arm of a chair, an unseen force seemed to touch his lower back. The bottom of his shirt suddenly moved as if an unseen hand pressed against it. He immediately jumped up, fully convinced that someone had touched him, but it was only the two of them on the porch. So who or what was getting handsy with Amanda's boyfriend? Number 5. A Reddit user named Miguel works as a janitor at a security building in Phoenix, Arizona. While at work, he's had several different experiences of strange things happening around him. One day while cleaning the bathrooms, he heard several stall doors slam shut when he was the only person in the room, and he can often sense what can only be described as a dark presence lingering nearby. Recently, while working late at night, one of his coworkers was too afraid to go on a certain floor of the building alone, so Miguel agreed to go with her. But when they made it to the 7th floor, a loud banging caught their attention. Realizing it was a door slamming shut, Miguel quickly pulled out his phone to record, and this is what he caught.
Did you see it?
He stood incredibly still as he filmed down the long hallway when suddenly a dark shadow appeared. This shadowy figure stepped into view, but seemed to stop and turn around at the exact moment that Miguel reacted. The sight of this transparent mass made him jump as it suddenly emerged from around the corner. Miguel and his coworker were left shaken up as they were the only two people on that floor, which leaves us to question who or what did he catch on camera. Number 6. The historic Jefferson Hotel in Jefferson, Texas has earned a reputation as a chilling paranormal hotspot. With a long history dating back to the 1850s, it's one of the most famously haunted hotels in the state. The building that now houses the hotel was constructed in 1851 and was originally used as a warehouse for goods. It was eventually converted into a hotel, then years later ended up being owned by a paranormal enthusiast named Jeremy. Since owning the hotel, Jeremy has had his own fair share of unsettling encounters, which he does his best to document and share to his YouTube channel, The Historic Jefferson Hotel. Guests at the hotel have reported hearing child's laughter, phantom footsteps, and witnessing furniture move on its own. With many cameras scattered throughout the hotel, unexplainable things are often caught. And in October, one of these cameras caught something that Jeremy is struggling to explain. A large dark shadow suddenly engulfed the door, soon followed by a black object to the right. According to Jeremy, every October they decorate a haunted house inside the hotel. Near the door where the shadow appeared are a few tall curtains, and although this black object looks similar to a curtain, the one that's hanging where this took place is white. Jeremy tried his best to debunk this, but he was never able to achieve the same result as what was caught on camera. Another night at the hotel, as Jeremy walked by the gift shop, he heard something that caught his attention. A small brass angel on the shelf suddenly fell over, soon followed by an owl on a different shelf plunging to the ground. Jeremy just so happened to be walking by when this happened, stopping him in his tracks and leading him to investigate. The eerie events in the hotel only seemed to continue, as one day as a guest was walking down the hall, something bone-chilling was caught on camera. Shortly after a guest walked by, a doll propped up against the wall mysteriously toppled over. According to Jeremy, that doll had sat in that exact spot for over a month, never budging until now. But there's something even more unsettling hidden in this footage. Just moments before the doll crashed to the ground, the head of another doll eerily shifted. What makes this even creepier is the timing. Right after the first doll's head turned, the second doll inexplicably fell. Luckily, another camera angle captured this chilling sequence. The man walks by, the doll sitting on the floor subtly turns its head to the right, and then almost as if triggered by an unseen force, the other doll is knocked to the ground. The eerie activity caught in this hotel is beyond unsettling, and for me, it was enough to decide that I'm never setting foot in the Jefferson Hotel. Number 7. A Reddit user who goes by Protomancer turned to the WTF subreddit with a bizarre video he couldn't explain. After receiving a motion notification from his outdoor camera, he decided to check the footage. But what he saw left him completely unsettled. First, he noticed something lying in the grass, moving ever so slightly. But then it became clear, this wasn't just an object, it was a person. While on all fours, they crawled through the yard. But this movement was strange, almost as if they were slithering. Despite this video being posted more than 4 years ago, Protomancer is still wondering what this person was up to. Number 8. With his sights set on the historic Argo Hotel, Ian from the Midwest Ghost Hunter YouTube channel made his way to the location. Initially constructed as a railroad hotel, it was then transformed into a sanatorium in 1935. Over the years, many patients died, and rumors of dangerous experimental treatments ran rampant. The sanatorium was eventually shut down in the 1960s, and has since been renovated into a bed and breakfast. A spirit often seen inside is of a woman named Alice, who tragically passed away in the basement during childbirth. People have reported hearing her sobbing, and she is said to wander the hotel in search for her baby. Another ghost seen on the property is of a man wearing a hat, who is occasionally seen peering out the windows. After nightfall, Ian made his way inside, having the entire hotel to himself. He started out taking photos on his digital camera when suddenly he saw something out of the corner of his eye.
Hello? There it is again. I see it. It's like right over there. Down that hallway. Whatever it was, it appeared over here. Not catching anything in those ones. I swear to God, I just heard that right behind me. Alice, is that you? She's that ghostly woman that they see wandering around. Alice, was that you I just heard? Whoa, whoa. There's something standing right over there. It was right behind that couch. There was something literally standing in that photo. It was like a mist or something. But I'm not seeing it anymore. It's completely gone.
After catching a disembodied voice, what looks like the ghostly outline of a person was caught in one of his photos. He made his way closer, but what happened next is downright chilling.
Guys, she was literally standing right there. He or she or whatever it was. But I have a feeling it's a she because I heard that voice. And it was high pitched, it sounded feminine. So, I don't know. Alice, are you standing over here?
A distraught female voice was captured saying, "I want my baby." This was eerily specific, pointing to this voice belonging to Alice. Ian then headed towards the bar where the activity began to pick up.
Whoa. Okay, that just came from in there. Whatever this room is. I just heard a sound. It was this room right here. If that was you, could you make that sound again? Okay. Whoa, I swear to God, I just seen something move over here. Who's haunting this bar? Are you a patron? Looking to have a drink? Hello? Whoa. Okay. I just heard something. Over by one of these chairs. One of these bar stools. It sounded like one of them moved. I don't know which one. If you just moved one of these bar stools, could you move it again? Whoa. Okay, what the hell was that now? That sounded like one of these glasses moving around. Whoa. Okay, this is getting crazy. I'm hearing noises all around me.
The sound of glasses moving around him let Ian know that he was definitely not alone. And after hearing movement coming from the dining room, he headed that way. And what he saw next sent a chill down his spine.
Hello? Who's making noises in here? No way! No way, that just moved. Did I really just see that? I've got goosebumps all over my arms right now. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It was like right over here. And it just went right into that. I really hope I caught that on camera, by the way. I don't know if I did. I'm pretty sure I was pointed towards it. Use whatever energy you need to use. You can use my energy. Okay, that was a sound. It came from over this way. If that was you, could you do that again? Holy shit. Holy shit. Dude, sounded like something freaking just like rushed across the carpet. I don't know what the heck that was. It came from over here. Whoever just made that sound, could you show yourself? What's with that chair? It's like pulled out more than the rest of them. Yeah, holy crap. Look at that. I feel like I would have noticed that. That was pulled out like that. I'm gonna have to compare shots from earlier. I was over here when the glass got moved. Let me test out the sound. The sound it makes. Yeah. That is literally what I heard.
From a glass sliding across the table to a chair getting pulled out on its own, an unseen force seemed to be making its presence known. Later into the night, Ian headed down to the basement, which is said to be one of the most active areas. And while alone in the darkness, something seemed to be following close behind.
Okay. Alright, I thought I just heard something in here now. Is there someone in here? What the hell was that? Whatever it was, it sounded loud. And metal. Did you just move something in here? Oh God. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I know exactly what that was now. It was that freaking doctor's table. Or whatever the heck that is. Was this one of the doctor's tables that was used in this hospital? Oh my God. Alright, I'm legitimately ready to go. I don't want to be down here. That literally sounded like a little girl. A little girl's voice.
Despite these encounters, he decided to continue on, but what happened next was enough for him to call it quits for the night.
Oh, jeez. That came from this corner. Oh, God. Those are some freaky dolls. Did you just make that noise? It definitely came from over here. Little girl, if that was you, would you be able to... Oh, God! All right, that's it. That's it. That doll just turned and looked at me, and I am done.
One of the dolls on the mantle eerily turned to face Ian, immediately sending him running upstairs. After seeing this, the investigation was officially done for the night, and I can't blame Ian for throwing in the towel, because this is some scary ass shit. Number 9. Reddit user Kingsonite took to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit seeking answers to a spine-chilling video captured by his home security camera. At 9:39 p.m., this Reddit user received a notification that motion was detected in his backyard. But as he closely inspected the footage, he was left with more questions than answers. As the camera was facing the backyard, something peculiar suddenly broke the stillness. A large misty anomaly quickly darted across the yard. Then just a few moments later, a second anomaly sprinted into frame and towards the left. This phantom mist did not resemble a person, and after reviewing this video several times, I realized it somewhat resembles a horse galloping through the yard. According to this Reddit user, he doesn't own any horses and has never seen any nearby. So how exactly do we explain this misty presence? Number 10. A woman named Stephanie moved into a new home with her family a few years back. As they settled in, they stumbled upon something strange. Tucked above every doorway in the house were small clusters of crystals. No one had mentioned them, and they definitely weren't part of any decor. Slightly unnerved but curious, they left them untouched, figuring they were placed there for a reason, maybe even as a form of protection. Then late one night, the motion-activated camera on their back porch captured something that left the entire family deeply unsettled. In the dead of night, this camera captured a pale, colorless figure drifting through their yard. This unnerving, ghostly figure quickly moved towards the left side of the yard, where it eventually faded into the darkness of the night. Whatever it was, it didn't belong there. And as Stephanie watched the footage, a chilling thought crossed her mind. Was this possibly what those crystals were trying to keep out? Number 11. Over on the Explore Returns YouTube channel, a man named Connor travels around in search for interesting abandoned buildings he can explore. In one of his videos, he set his sights on an abandoned care home, and in the dead of night, Connor cautiously made his way inside, immediately noticing that this building somehow still had power. He made his way through the endless hallways, trying to remain stealthy, knowing that someone else could very well be inside. And as he moved from room to room, he couldn't help but feel like he wasn't alone.
That was cutlery. Hello? Is anyone there?
The sound of movement caught his attention, and while he filmed the leaking ceiling, a loud bang came from behind him. Despite being creeped out, he decided to keep exploring, but things only got weirder.
Oh man, this is tough. Why are all the lights on like this? What the f***? What the f***? The fucking lights just went out. Who's there? Don't f*** with me.
Now completely on edge, he almost decided to call it quits, but his curiosity got the best of him. He bravely headed upstairs, but what he caught on camera next even sent a chill down my spine. After hearing a bang come from somewhere behind him, he headed back down to investigate. But as he got to the bottom of the stairs, a hair-raising figure was caught. Just a few feet to his right, a black silhouette stood in the darkness, completely motionless. He glanced down the hall to the left, but didn't seem to notice the figure lurking nearby. This horrifying close encounter surely would have sent him running, had he noticed the being keeping an eye on him. Connor then headed back upstairs, where he made a chilling discovery.
Oh my God. Have I just stumbled across a homeless person's den? Is that person in the building? Is that what I'm hearing? Are they walking around? Oh my God, there could actually well be someone here as well.
From the look of this room, someone was undoubtedly living inside, meaning the figure seen downstairs was most likely a living person who had been following Connor this entire time. And what he heard next was all the proof he needed to know that he wasn't alone.
What? Oh my God, that's a voice. Where is that coming from? Where is that coming from? There is someone here. There's someone here. I can hear a voice. Oh my God. I'm hearing so much back. Oh my. What is going on in this f***ing building? Where is that coming from? I'm frozen, I can't move. I need to get out of here now. I need to get out of here now. I need to get... Where's the way out? Where's the way out? Where's the way out? Where's the f***ing way out then?
After hearing voices and unexplainable bangs, what sounds like someone rushing up the stairs sent Connor frantically searching for the exit. And lucky for him, he soon found it and made it out alive. Number 12. Over on a YouTube channel called The Path Beyond, a woman named Kathy shares eerie footage of the haunting in her home. Kathy and her family have been dealing with an unwanted presence for some time now, and over the last few years, they've slowly started to get used to the unexplainable things that happen around them. A few old dolls that are kept in the house are often the target of this unseen force, and with a camera set up facing them, Kathy caught something that sent chills down her spine. After midnight, this camera was triggered by the movement of one of the dolls. The doll on the right slowly leaned forward completely on its own, and it doesn't appear to have simply fallen over as it then sat back up. With a mere position behind them, we would have seen if anyone was manipulating the dolls, but no one was around when this video was caught. Kathy must be one of the bravest people on the planet, because these creepy-ass dolls would never be allowed in my house. Number 13. A Reddit user that would like to remain anonymous recently posted a video to the Ghost subreddit in search for answers. According to this user, they just moved to the middle of nowhere, with a thick forest surrounding their home. There's no neighbors around, and the house is on a fenced-in hill that makes it impossible to get up to. Since moving in, they've been unable to ignore the creepy vibe that they get inside the house. And one night, the security camera on their porch caught something rather unnerving. As the video begins, a white figure can be seen walking across the yard. This ghostly figure then headed in the opposite direction as it walked parallel to the trees. Whatever this figure is, it appears to be wearing a long white dress, but no other features are visible. With no neighbors around for miles, you can imagine the shock this Reddit user felt when they discovered this footage, and they've been left to question who or what was creeping around their yard. Number 14. Hidden within the woods of Ohio is a tunnel with a dark urban legend attached to it. Known by locals as Crybaby Tunnel, it was built beneath railroad tracks in 1927. This eerie underpass received its nickname because of a tragedy that occurred many years ago. The story goes that late one night, a distressed mother was carrying her baby while walking along the tracks. Unfortunately, the two were struck by a train that they never saw coming. Many visitors to the tunnel have reported seeing the ghostly apparition of a woman holding her baby, while others claim to have heard the ghostly cry of a baby echo through the tunnel. A man named Levi from the Apollo Paranormal YouTube channel was intrigued by this story and decided to investigate for himself. So late one night, he made his way to the tunnel, but little did he know what he was about to experience.
So I've been down in here in a place called Crybaby's Tunnel. It's a place that's local around my area, and they say she got hit on the tracks with her baby, or her body was dumped right there in the creek down here. There's something dead right there, bro. There's something dead right there. A dead deer. It's a dead deer. I've been out here forever trying to get stuff, bro. This place is spooky. Is anybody out there? Hello? Right. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Bro. Hell no. I know you guys heard that.
While Levi was completely alone in the dark tunnel, the sound of a baby crying came from the distance.
Oh. Hello? Right.
immediately caught his attention, sending him frantically running out of the tunnel. So could these cries belong to the baby that lost its life? Let me know what you think. Number 15. After stumbling across an old video he thought got deleted, a man named Alex turned to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit to get some opinions. While working in an old warehouse that was built in the 60s, he would often notice strange things happening around him, along with a haunting feeling of an unwanted presence lurking nearby. One day while no one was around, the security camera in the warehouse caught proof of what he'd been experiencing. Behind the door, a faint shadow came into view, then quickly darted to the right, then back towards the door. And as it got closer, the door suddenly closed. If we scrub back and forth through the video, the movement of this unnerving shadow becomes a lot more clear. But what doesn't make sense is what caused this door to close. According to Alex, this is a very old heavy door that requires some force to close it. And while trying to debunk this, he was never successful at getting it to close on its own. As creepy as this video is just even more proof that ghosts really need to get some new hobbies. Number 16. Paranormal investigators Elliot and Joe from the Ghost Theory YouTube channel set out to investigate an abandoned house located somewhere in the UK. This deteriorating home has been forgotten and left to decay with some of the family's possessions left inside. Eager to see what they might catch, the guys had a very lighthearted attitude after finding a way in.
I mean, the seats as well. No, I thought the seats looked more like the 60s than it does.
It's weird, isn't it? What's in here? Airing cupboard.
Like,
That stinks.
and even the curtains are very 60s, but
It's just a house full of things from different eras.
yeah.
It's really odd. It's like things they were living in the 90s, but their belongings were from the 60s.
Yeah.
What are these? Obviously, they've been put there by explorers.
They are potions.
I don't think they are. I think that's an egg cup.
I think you should drink one and see what
I'm
happens.
going to drink an egg cup.
Drink an egg cup.
They continued to explore the house when they started hearing noises that let them know that they were not alone.
I don't understand.
Why are there...
That was weird.
Shit.
I can know there's an aeroplane, but it sounds like something just got dragged in.
What? I think someone's there.
We're not exactly quiet, are we? It doesn't matter. Does not. It sounded like something got dragged inside.
Did it?
Like that.
The duo then pulled out a few devices and began trying to make contact with any spirits that may be nearby. But besides a few minor spikes, no major evidence was caught. After several hours of investigating, the pair ultimately decided to wrap things up and call it a night. But feeling like they had unfinished business, weeks later they made the decision to return. But the energy in the house was now dramatically different.
Hello?
Yeah, someone's living here. Someone's got to be living here. F off, are they? Because we've moved that table back. That was out the way. Off. No. All the curtains are drawn and the doors are shut. That's someone in that room. There is someone in that room. Okay. They're not living here as they're supposed to. Can you feel
If there's someone just staying here, we will leave you alone. Can you just say that you're here and we will go? We're just explorers. We need to look.
Yeah, can you take that then?
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna... Hello, I'm just gonna open the curtain if there is someone in there. There's a fucking mattress there and everything.
Okay, that's not right.
Soon after entering the house, the guys could tell that things had been moved, and there were sounds coming from around them that they couldn't explain. Their first thought was that someone else was inside one of the rooms, but as they cautiously looked further, they made a chilling discovery.
What?
Okay, there's no one here. There's no one.
Me. The hell? What the f*** is going on?
What the hell? So how did that happen? There's no breeze. How did that happen?
How did what happen? This? I have no f***ing idea. I am so
From the
confused.
inside.
But I'm convinced there is no one here. I'm convinced there's no one here.
Elliot went on to set up a couple baby monitors, but little did he know that something would soon come through.
It's silent tonight, so it's great.
What? There's someone outside. I definitely heard someone outside.
I heard that.
Joe couldn't ignore these faint sounds coming from somewhere nearby. Now on high alert, he was almost positive that another person was lurking around the property. Suspicious that someone was outside messing with them, he went on to set up a camera facing out a window, but things only got weirder.
It's now been a couple of hours and now I've just heard someone outside. There's someone out there. There has to be someone out there.
I need to put my light on.
And they want to come back in because they want to go to sleep or something. Unless it's not.
Unless it's paranormal.
Well, what I'm going to do is leave this here while we go back in there a second.
Yeah. I'm just going to get the stuff to pack up.
Yeah.
Shh. Joe.
Hmm.
Did you hear that?
No.
Someone's just tried to come through the door.
What?
Someone's just tried to come through the door at the other end. The latch just went. Seriously.
With a clear view outside of the house, Elliot and Joe were confident that they would catch whoever was causing these sounds. But this confidence soon turned into fear after hearing this.
I heard that. There is low bass knocking coming that way. I can hear that. Do you want us to leave?
Yeah, okay. Hello? We're just urban explorers.
Yeah, that's f***ed up. Don't like that at all.
Tell me that's paranormal.
It's paranormal. like...
Do you know, it's made me jump, but it's also made me like, okay, there's just someone fucking about then. Do you know what I mean? You just, okay, now what
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
I've got a fucking camera down there. I'll see him.
Wait, no, you think it's somebody pissing around?
There's no fucking way that there's a fucking ghost stood there punching that. If there's someone there, they're still there, because you would hear them walking away. Look, there's actually a gap as well.
Oh, they
There
can
is.
see us.
There's a shadow. No, it is a gap.
There's a gap.
Look, hang on. Let me turn my light off. Turn this back onto colour.
Oh yeah, you can see us.
Yeah.
Listening to us as well and just... Wait,
There's someone out there fucking around with us.
knows what we're doing and...
It makes me annoyed now. I get irritated.
Getting more annoyed thinking that they were getting pranked, Joe decided to take a closer look. But this is when things got incredibly strange.
Yeah.
Hello?
Do you see them?
No.
Of course you fucking don't. I need to go and have a look around the building. Which doesn't really feel safe to me. If it's someone f***ing around. If it's you, if there is a spirit, and it's you making these sounds, can you do it inside the building? I asked you before if you want us to...
That was a click. There's nothing, there's literally no one in there.
There is no one out here, Joe.
Elliot then bravely ventured outside to scope out around the house. But while alone in the darkness, something sent a chill down Joe's spine.
I accidentally stopped recording there. Holy shit. Elliot.
Right.
No. What did you just...
There's no one here.
Either I'm coming back out or you're coming back in, because something is fucking slammed in the kitchen while you were outside.
I'm coming back in because
I'm so jumpy now.
there's no one out here. I've just gone around the entire...
I've just accidentally stopped recording because I myself so much. Why am I not even recording in this?
Something isn't quite right about
No, right?
this.
No. It sounded like someone just smacked one of these doors. A door here or a cupboard in there. I've no fucking idea.
But I was walking around.
So something's just smacked something while you're outside?
Another ghostly knock scared Joe enough to make him accidentally stop the recording, and Elliot confirmed that there was absolutely no one outside of the house. So who or what was causing these unsettling sounds? Number 17. Over on the unexplained subreddit, a user called mtheshark106 posted an eerie video that was captured on a friend's Ring camera. According to their friend, one night her 99-year-old grandmother who suffers from dementia was just put to bed. The Ring camera in the corner of the room was rolling to keep an eye on her overnight. But sometime later, something unexplainable was caught. As the elderly woman adjusted in bed, she muttered a few words, which seemed to get a chilling response from a disembodied voice in the room. If you listen closely, this ghostly man's voice sounds like it's saying, "Try to get some sleep." Then towards the end of the video, this voice returned, sounding like it said, "Honey, I love you." According to the woman that captured this, her grandmother was completely alone in the room. The windows were closed and the TV was off. So who or what was talking to her? And how can I avoid something trying to talk to me at night? Because no thank you. Number 18. 8 years ago, a rehab nurse named Shelby experienced something she would never forget. One night at the hospital, one of her patients sadly passed away. Shelby, along with other staff, carefully prepared the body for the family's final visit before it was taken away. The hallway outside the room was eerily silent and no one was around. And later into the night, as Shelby sat at her desk, the call light from that very room suddenly turned on. A chill ran down her spine, but she walked to the room to turn it off. The call button was still hanging on the wall, right beside the woman's body. Returning to her station, she barely had time to process what had happened before the call light turned on again. Instead of walking back, she chose to answer it from the phone at her desk. But when she picked up, she wasn't prepared for what she heard on the other end. Coming from the speaker was an unsettling voice, which instantly sent chills across Shelby's body. She leaned in to listen closely, but unfortunately couldn't quite make out what this voice was saying. While this was happening, no one was near the room, the TV was off, and the door was closed. So whoever or whatever this voice belongs to remains a mystery. Number 19. Anyone that's been watching for a while knows that I don't like dolls. Their creepy little faces and lifeless eyes just give me the heebie-jeebies. But a woman named Patty is the exact opposite. Patty runs the G-Team Paranormal Investigators YouTube channel and has dedicated her life to investigating the paranormal for the last 9 years. Back in 2019, she received a few dolls from a friend who warned her ahead of time that there was a dark energy attached to them. With this warning in mind, she decided to keep them outside, away from her house. But Patty is no stranger to haunted objects, as she has a haunted doll of her own. One night, while accompanied by her daughter Heather and friend Clay, they decided to bring these dolls together and conduct an investigation. With a spirit box in hand, they decided to test their luck and see what responses would come through. But while asking questions, the box on the right with the small doll inside slowly began to move.
Give you guys a chance to rebuild up your strength, because I noticed that the responses become like weaker. You know, they use up a lot of their energy. I've been trying to pay attention to these dolls as we've been doing this to see if I see anything. I've been really focusing on the big one and those for some reason.
Why do I feel like, see where I'm sitting, I could probably see it better than you guys, but I feel like the doll on the far right wasn't quite that looking. It's
This one
almost
here?
Like it's in the red
This
dress.
one?
I feel. Don't you feel like it's kind of turned?
I thought I could see her face, and I can't now.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
I
wait
don't
a
know.
minute.
And I now that you said you were paying attention to the dolls, I see that. It looks like it's actually turned. I swore. I'll have to rewind this.
Yeah, because when she introduced him, I was looking at him, and I saw the red one's face.
Really?
Now.
Oh, I think you're right. We're gonna have to go back and look at this footage and
Unless I was just
see.
leaning different,
Yeah.
but because I could see it here, but I don't know.
So it's like maybe she's moved. See, I wasn't really paying much attention to her
I
either.
just noticed it when you were talking about the dolls. I started looking at them. I'm like, wait a minute, that doll right there is turned that way, like it's facing you now.
Oh my God! You know what? I think you're right, Heather. We got to go back and look at this footage because I think you're right.
Over the course of 11 minutes, the doll in the red cape slowly turned towards the right. Heather was the first to notice, and once she pointed this out, everyone realized what just happened. The group continued their session, but what happened next caught them all off guard.
Okay, so that was pretty interesting. I really don't know what to make of these dolls. I know that they all are haunted dolls. I'm pretty much 100% sure now that they are all haunted for sure. I mean, we already know that the big one is because we've seen her move in my office. All you fans out there have seen her do something. I'm not taking her with me when I move, so if any of you are interested in that doll, please let me know, because I don't want to keep her, but I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested. I don't... Did that thing just move?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, are you f***ing kidding me?
Her freaking face just moved towards you.
Oh my God, Heather.
Like that legitly just moved.
Oh
Did you
my
see
God.
that?
Clay, did you see that?
At first.
When you said you're not taking her with you,
Oh my God.
what was that?
I don't know, I just
I
heard
just
that.
heard a girl's voice.
Are you serious? That wasn't one of you?
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God,
my
she
God.
really just f***ing move?
Her face.
Oh, hell no.
What the hell, Mom?
Oh my God. Heather, I got the cold chills from the top of my head to
Yeah,
my
I have-
freaking toe. Oh my God.
What the hell?
The doll in pink suddenly turned its head, going completely unnoticed by the group. And as Patty was saying how she doesn't want to keep this doll, it eerily turned to face her. This unsettling movement sent everyone reeling back in shock at what they just witnessed. And moments later, a disembodied voice seemed to call out.
Yeah.
Clay, did you see that?
At first.
When you said you're not taking her with you, when you said you're not taking her with you, when you said you're not taking her with you, what
Oh my God.
was that?
But this activity wasn't done yet, as the chimes in the back began to sound, almost as if an unseen force collided with them. These unnerving events left them in disbelief, and what I believe is that that doll would look a lot more comfortable in a fire pit. Number 20. Nestled in the remote Galloway Forest Park of southern Scotland is a little place known as the White Lagan Bothy. It was originally constructed in the 19th century as a shepherd's house, but was later repurposed in 1973 as a bothy, a basic shelter that's free to use for hikers and travelers. Over the years, White Lagan Bothy has garnered a reputation for eerie occurrences. Visitors have reported unexplained phenomena, such as doors opening on their own and chairs moving without apparent cause. Some hikers have described the Bothy as having a creepy or unsettling atmosphere, especially when spending the night alone. A camping YouTuber that goes by Happy Hippie Wild Living bravely decided to stay the night. He made his way through the mountains and eagerly stepped inside, excited to have a warm place to sleep. But his experience took a haunting turn as soon as the sun went down.
I've set up my bed for the night. Gonna get the fire on when it gets darker. There's normally loads of candles around, but they've all been burnt out. This will probably be me for most of the night now. I just get my music on, enjoy this beautiful fire, and get back outside tomorrow in my hammock. I got one of them water filter straws, and it comes with 2 little bags as well, so you can attach the straw to that. But I've not got to use. Maybe this is the guests. There was no one there. I don't know if that's just some people f***ing with me or something. I don't know if that's something they do. But I don't think it would be that family if it was just a dad and his daughter and son. Oh well, we'll see. It was just knocking on the door again, and then I went out, but there was no one there. So I don't know what's going on, but I've not heard of any haunted bobbies or anything. I've never had weird shit. Just wanted to watched all my videos before, you know I don't do shit like this. Gonna be a fun night. Now walking around into the room, and then I go in there, and it just stops. Maybe I just put my music on really loud and forget about it. Cameraman never dies, right?
After putting on some music to drown out the hair-raising sounds of something lurking inside the bothy, Happy Hippie somehow managed to fall asleep. The next morning, this is what he had to say about his experience.
Good morning. Had a bit of an experience last night. Not really sure what was going on. Thought it was just people knocking the door and running away that were camping nearby, but it didn't seem like that when I went outside. Couldn't really explain what was happening next door with the noises, but I'm not really a believer in ghosts myself. It was a bit creepy, but I'm more of an alien guy. But if you are into ghosts and all that paranormal stuff, these are not the videos for you, because this is not what I do, this is not what I'm about. I'm just a happy hippie, hiking, living in nature, loving the world. I never have anything like this happen to me, so hopefully it's just a one-off and everything gets back to normal now.
Despite the chilling sounds of someone knocking on the door and ghostly footsteps moving around him, he somehow managed to keep a smile on his face and not go running for the hills, which is exactly where I would have been, hiding behind a bush. And this isn't the only video on YouTube that captured the unnerving activity that this bothy is known for. Friends Ben and Martin from the Adventures Outdoor YouTube channel decided to hike their way through the countryside in search for the bothy. A storm was brewing as they anxiously made their way inside. And just like before, as soon as the sun was down and the surrounding area was blanketed by darkness, things took an unsettling turn.
Found the bothy book. You can put my glasses on now, just blind as a bat. So this is popular, quite a popular bothy by the looks of it. Someone actually stayed last night. It was nice and tidy when we came in. So plaudits to whoever stayed here last night. Well done. Absolutely spotless. Whoa. Hold on a minute. Whoa. 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 I'm out. Whoa. I'm out of here. No. No.
The door behind them suddenly jerked forward, catching their attention. And as they kept their eyes focused on it, the door soon slammed shut all on its own.
That was totally weird. The door just started to move on its own. And then it just pretty much slammed shut. I mean, Marty's out there,
I don't really want to come back in.
he's in bits. That was just the weirdest thing, wasn't it?
The two looked at each other in disbelief, both of them almost convinced to leave the house altogether. But little did they know, things were about to get even creepier.
Well, folks, it's probably about 10 minutes after our ordeal with the spooky door closing over there. And we're trying to, like, rationalise it. I mean, I don't particularly believe in ghosts, and if there's more. No. So we're kind of thinking that it might have been just like the backdraft of the wind. I mean, there's a storm going on outside, so
yeah. But I still don't believe it was the wind. But it's the only when the wind's blowing that strong outside, and there's no. It's the only rational explanation, even though. Nah, I'm not even looking at that. No, I'm not looking at it. It's moving, right? I'm honest, I don't know where to go.
This can't be right.
I don't.
I'm not.
It's black in here as well. I can't see a thing.
So there's a chair over there, and it just started. It just started to move, which is.
No way. I'm not even. No.
It's bonkers.
I'm not having any part of this.
That is moving.
Jesus Christ.
It is moving. That chair is moving.
Just leave it. Come on, man.
Oh,
Come on.
Christ. Oh, well, I'm gonna drink some more wine, I think. Christ.
No, that's poltergeist shit, Paul. That's poltergeist stuff. That's not ghostly. That's evil spirit stuff.
The chair against the stone wall behind them somehow unexplainably began to slide across the floor. In that moment, the guys knew that a paranormal force they couldn't see was somewhere in the room with them. Now on edge, the two drank some wine and tried their best to get some sleep. Before they knew it, the sun was up and they hurried to pack their belongings and get as far away from the bothy as possible. So could the events that were caught on camera be genuine proof of the paranormal? And just curious, would you spend the night at the White-Legged Bothy? If you want to hear more from me, then make sure to follow me on Instagram. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.